Hello everyone, my name is Noble and welcome to the channel. And boy guys, I was right. I have been coming out with a ton of videos recently due to the Blackwood launch, and this video is no different. Guys, I have for you a full in-depth companion review. These are new with the Blackwood chapter launch, and I will be going over every single thing about the companions, how they work, how well they work here in the real world now that we all have access to them, and if it's worth it. Short answer, you're gonna have to wait and see. Guys, if you like the video, if you like stuff like this and want to keep getting the Blackwood content, don't forget to heavy attack that subscribe button so you can get your resources back, because you really need resources and I'm one of your resources. And smash that like button like you're doing your writs on hundreds and hundreds of your characters, because we all gotta make that money, right? It really helps out the channel and I would very much appreciate it. But without further ado, let's jump into the new companion system. Alright guys, so as of recording this video, I only picked up Miri only because it was really the only companion that I wanted, and honestly, when it comes to both of them, they're not really like super different from each other, so it makes more sense just to do an all-encompassing review on the core mechanics. While sure, things will look different going from companion to companion, this was the one that I was most excited to get, and I'm very glad. But you can see here on the screen, we are kind of like in an interaction screen with her. We can either have a conversation or go to the companion menu. So we're going to start with the companion menu, and over here you have your overview, which shows you where your rapport is at with Miri, the combat level, the companion outfit, the skill bar, and all of the other, needed things. Now, as you can probably see on the screen, I have not unlocked slots 4, 5, and then Y. Those are unlocked at companion rank 7, 12, and 20. So I am just, working through getting, the reputation for Miri. It's not that hard to get reputation for her. You just have to have her out when you're fighting, and the experience is actually pretty good. But these are the lower levels, so it's probably clearly easier to pick up XP than it will be, let's say, levels like 15 to 20. If you look over to the left side of the screen, you'll see all of the equipped armor pieces and weapons. You can pick these up from anywhere. They drop from bosses. You can find them randomly. I did pick up a couple weapons, have yet to stumble upon actual gear for Miri yet, but this is doing the job. I picked up this companion's ice staff, and if you go over to the equipment area, you can see everything that you have. I don't have any like other armor pieces or jewelry for her yet. I just have a bow and a sword. Now on the screen, I will place some gameplay of me with Miri out, and I'll go over how the combat works. So companions in ESO will prioritize their skills based on what's on their bar. So if you have their, let's say, a heal slot in 1, they will do that. And then if you have like a ranged damage ability on number 2, that'll be 2nd, and you get the idea, all the way up to 5. So I have been keeping Miri on with a bow or a staff simply because it's ranged. Now, companions in this game right now are pretty squishy and they do die. However, I found that if you play your skills right and use the right weapon abilities, you can keep your companion alive through a lot of things. They don't know mechanics, so obviously at some point they will die, even if they're at range, just due to AoEs and other, normal mechanics that we find across Tamriel every single day. But I have only had her die a couple times. I think only 2 or 3 times so far, and we've done a bunch of things like the Oblivion portals. She's only died once there because it was just me in it waiting for players to join. She did die during one of the world bosses due to an AoE, but I did have her with a sword, so she was up close and personal with the boss and could not escape. But I did find a lot more success when she had her bow on, so that's something to keep in mind if you're looking to keep your companion alive. So let's look at companion skills. You guys will know this well. It's very familiar to what we use on our actual players. So we have the 3 distinct classes, which is basically, she's more of a Nightblade kind of a thing. And then we have the weapons, we have the armor, we have guild and racial. So the cool thing is, to unlock the guild skills, you have to complete a daily quest from the Mages Guild to unlock the skill line for the companion. Same for the Undaunted and the Fighters Guild. And with these, you have to just equip the 2-hand and the typical things that we would do to open this skill line if we want to do anything else with our companions via, maybe a destruction staff or restoration, bow, dual wield, what have you. So I don't want to spend too much time on this because you already know how to do this, because we've done this on our characters for years now. And I quickly want to touch on collectibles. I have not taken her over to the appearance station. I've just been using the collected costumes that I have, picked up throughout my year or so of playing, and I'm currently happy with that right now. I will get into the fashion of my companion once I have completely, explored Blackwood in its entirety, but it's really cool that you can just pick an outfit and basically match with your companion whenever you want. So the other cool thing is the mounts. You can also match your mounts as well, so she has access to everything that you do, and you will look like a badass group, wandering through the Deadlands or wherever you are in Tamriel with your, double Blood Shadow Wraith Steed, or the new Battlefield Nightmare mount that we got from the expansion. I want to briefly touch on the rapport. If you want to look at how all that's done, you can go to the help menu and you go under companions, and it will tell you a little bit more about how your companion, thinks of you, and what will happen if your rapport goes, low enough. They could, leave you for a time if they end up hating you so much. Unfortunately, I could not find anything particular to figure out, like what Miri likes and doesn't like outside of the conversation you get to have with her, and the help menu didn't really say anything as well. So I'm kind of just going through questing, making the decisions I normally make, and seeing what kind of reputation I get with Miri. And right now she considers me a friendly acquaintance, so we want to get that up as quickly as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta make sure your companion likes you, or else they'll leave you. Nervous laughing. So what are my final thoughts regarding the companions? Honestly, guys, I love them. I think it is a beautiful, beautiful addition to the game that, while some people said we didn't need, we definitely did. I feel like I'm constantly, adventuring with a friend, which you can call me nerdy and weird for thinking that way about an NPC, but it reminds me of playing Star Wars: The Old Republic and that companion system, and I have really fond memories of doing companion quests and, progressing relationships with my companions. So I'm looking forward to doing the same thing with the ones they've added here in ESO. While they do die pretty easily, if you do the skills right and keep them back more at range, they will be dying less. Obviously, you cannot avoid the mechanics sometimes, and they will just happen to die, but rezzing them is pretty easy. You guys all know how to res, so that's really the only knock I would say, is that they could be a little bit more tankier. However, I do understand that they don't want to make companions completely other players. Like, that's one thing that basically happened in SWTOR, was that basically companions became other players, and they were super, super strong. And they were really, more than aided you. They basically did things for you. So this is definitely more of an aid to what I am doing. I probably could slot a heal if I wanted to, but she does have one, or that heals herself, which I do have equipped, so I don't really have to worry about her that much. I don't have a heal currently on my Warden, so it doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, I really like these companions. I cannot wait to see what they do to add more to this system, because they have done a great job with the beginning steps and the foundation. But guys, what do you think about companions? Was this video helpful? Did it, show you how useful companions could be? Which is your favorite companion, or which one are you going to get first? Tell me why in the comment section down below. And as always, if you enjoyed, don't forget guys, heavy attack that subscribe button to get your resources back, and smash the like button like you do in your writs. Really helps me out, helps the channel out, helps get this video out to as many new ESO players as possible, which is my audience and just everyone who loves ESO. But again guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Noble. I will see you in the next one. Peace.